Okay, I'm here with Gail Coniglio. Coniglio, like Conigliaro, except for the no arrow at the end. And you're a publicist for Ignatius Productions and for Father Mitch Pacwa.
Yes.
So that must be a very interesting job with Father Pacwa particularly.
Yes, it's a very much of a blessing to work with Father Mitch. He's walking biblical scholar. Anything you need to know about the Bible, he's got it. It's just amazing.
I mean, how do you keep up with the man?
It's tough. You know, I tell him that my job is to help alleviate some of the things that he needs to do, like I guess in areas of his literary work, because I'm his literary agent and his publicist, so I kind of want to take that burden off of him so he can focus on just the scriptures, teaching the scriptures, preaching the gospel, and administering the sacraments.
Now, this is going to sound like a little bit of a loaded question. You're a consultant, a literary agent, and a marketing consultant. My publisher said the one condition of publishing your book is I don't want to have to deal with a consultant or an agent. Why is an agent important? What is my publisher missing on that?
Okay. Well, it depends on who you are, I guess, and what you do. If the agent, like someone with Father Mitch's credentials, he has such little time to focus on other things as far as like negotiating contracts, figuring out discounts, you know, all the things, the little nitty gritty minor details. He doesn't want to focus on that. He wants to focus on preaching the gospel, scriptures, writing books, and really administering the sacraments. I mean, that's really what I want. That's what he's called to do, and I don't want him getting, you know, bogged down with these details. So for someone like him, it's actually just helping to alleviate the burden. And also the other thing is he really isn't, I guess focused on like the administrative part of it, or like the actual practical side as far as like negotiating the contract and all these different legal issues. Not that he couldn't do it, it's that he just doesn't have time because he's got to focus on his shows and preaching the gospel and everything. So
every moment he's doing that is a moment he's not preaching the gospel and doing the thing he does best that people want to see him for, you know.
Yeah, and especially because we're in such desperate times. I mean, the world is really falling apart at the seams, and we need more Father Mitch Pacwas in the world to really just bring that message of hope and love through Christ, his scriptures, his teachings, and it's just such a blessing to be able to work with him. And you know, and I'm also here at the Catholic Marketing Network too. I'm meeting a lot of new authors because I do help other authors. Father Mitch is just one of the authors I work with, but what I tell them is this: they, a lot of them are either writing a book or wanting to write a book, but maybe they're not venturing in other areas of media. So one of the areas I'm trying to help some of the authors with is getting them to understand that they may have a message, because the message, what they want to convey, is usually written in their book. Whatever the message God has, or method, form of evangelization for their Catholic writer. But what I explain to them is the way social media works is not only you use it to promote your book, but say you have a message or like a quote from the book or something very powerful that a message you want to share. If you can bring it down to bite-sized pieces, because you know, with us being on our iPhones and everything now, you don't know even a small, quick message, how that could just turn someone's life around in a day. So you have to think about, my message could be, yes, in literary form, in written form, but it can also be in a tweet, or it could be in a Pinterest pin, or it could be in an Instagram post, or a Facebook message. So you have to think way beyond, like the Pope, John Paul especially, and Pope Benedict talked about using the media for evangelization. So going beyond just writing your book, yes, you can write your book, but if you have a blog, you can write about maybe a little portions of some of the things that you're, like you have a blog, I think it's fantastic. I can't wait to go on there and promote you. So, but a lot of people can just take their work and go beyond just the tunnel vision of, okay, I want to write a book and I want to promote my book. It's really about the message that you want to get out there. So if you can not only take your message and maybe put it in a book form, but also social media, a blog, you can share things like this being on Catholic Radio. So I compliment you guys for being here. I'm so happy you're here because I think it's so important to reach out in different means. Some people are audio people, some people are visual learners. You know, it just depends on how they feel most comfortable. So I think if we can just use all the media in all its forms, and your message can be conveyed in different ways, you'll have a greater reach because we are so. This world is so hurting and people are broken and they need to hear the message of Christ. So I think it's wonderful that you're here, and I'm honored here today just to even use this form of means to just share the message of bringing hope to the world with Christ's message of love.
And it's all about knowing how to make those connections. And I'm listening to you. I'm saying, Pipes, this woman knows where she's going and knows these connections, and how important. And these connections you're talking about, these are extremely important because these are the way people communicate now.
Yes, I mean, even today, you guys have this Fatima pilgrimage. I just got involved with someone that I'm helping to promote the consecration of the whole United States to Our Lady of Fatima, and that's taking place in the fall on October 13th. So it's a matter of connecting, like Catholic Marketing Network. I think, yes, it's a trade show, brings together Catholic suppliers and Catholic retailers, but it's way more than that. It's about networking and making those connections, because you never know, like you were just talking to Patty about prison ministry, something that your radio station is involved in. So it's just one thing after the other. It's like the Holy Spirit connects us for not only maybe the thing that you came for, but there might be another reason that the Lord has you, and that thing may be the very thing that leads you to a new ministry that the Lord has you, that you go full time into. You just don't know. You have to be open to what the Holy Spirit wants, and you just be open to every day, just saying, Lord, make me the connections you want me to make, and let me just be open to your will, and He will just lead you as long as you keep your eyes fixed on Him.
And Gail, if people want to find out more about what you do, or want to engage you or so forth, or have you consult with them, where should they go to find you online?
Well, I'm using social media as my main form of communication on LinkedIn. I'm just on LinkedIn under Gail Coniglio.
Gail Coniglio, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, and God bless.
Microphone off.